Ian, you want to talk Jets? No? What do you think? I'm live right now. You have a message to the Asmaniacs? I am. Yeah, it's the Jake Asman show. Come on. Give you a headset. 2 minutes. I'm going to put you right here. There we go. Ian Rapoport joining us. You look like you were lost, so I just wanted to,
I wasn't
try
lost.
and help you.
I was looking for somebody specific. Definitely not you.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry.
How many
sorry to be a
logos of
consolation
your own
prize.
do you have?
You want a magnet? Right here?
Do I want a magnet? Let me see.
Why not? I have the biggest Jet show on YouTube. I work for ESPN New York. I've had you on when I was doing radio in Houston. We had you on ESPN Houston a bunch.
Sounds right.
I went through the great Andrew Howard. We set it up.
There you go.
Made it happen. This is
I
a
got
Jet
magnet,
show.
So. All right, what do you want to know?
What did you make of the answers today from both Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji as essentially why they moved off of Rodgers? They didn't say much, but then they also said, we want to win now and going forward. So the juxtaposition of basically, well, you're moving off of Aaron Rodgers, threw 28 touchdowns, played well at the end, seemingly wanted to stay, but now they're going in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, I heard what they said. To me, it felt like time, and I think last year it was like a weird trajectory too, because last year if you had asked anyone in week like 10, 11, 12, 13, everyone knew it was over for Rodgers. And then plays a little better at the end. It's like, oh, maybe they could keep. It's like, no, it was time. And, there's a lot that goes into having Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback. There's a lot. And not all of it's bad. Some of it's really good, but it's a lot. And if you are not fully 1,000% on board with that, then you probably should move on. And if you're not fully on board with paying all the money that comes with paying comes with a 42-year-old quarterback who's a former MVP and all that, then you shouldn't do it. So I think they made the right decision, knowing that they were clearly a little conflicted about it.
When you look at their options now, Tyrod Taylor's on the roster. They took Jordan Travis in the 5th round last draft, different regime, obviously. Are you expecting the Jets to add a veteran quarterback? Are they going to be aggressive in that, or do they view Tyrod as maybe someone who could hold the fort and they don't sign like a Justin Fields type in free agency after all?
Well, I would say I don't think they will do anything that will hamstring them in the future. Look, we'll see what happens with the Matthew Stafford situation, but if you told me the Jets were going to trade a premium pick, a 1 or a 2 or something like that, and pay Matthew Stafford $50 million, I would say I'm not sure I believe that's going to happen. I don't think that's the world they're going to be in. If you're talking just money, they could pay a little money for a quarterback. I am sure they would like to have their own. I'm sure they would like to have a young one that they can grow. I just don't know if it's going to be this year. And I would also say that given where Aaron Glenn has come from, where they basically had a reclamation project that turned into their franchise starter, and given where Darren Muji has come from, where they had a quarterback most people thought was going to be a second rounder, took him at 12, and he became one of the bright young stars of the league. I would trust these two guys to move forward and figure out where to get their franchise quarterback from, even if it's not necessarily where we might all think.
A couple quick hitters for you. There's been rumblings. I don't know how true it is. Maybe you could verify that the Jets could be one of those teams that would move up to the top of the draft, Tennessee, Cleveland, get one of these quarterbacks. Do you see a first-year GM, first-year head coach being that bold right away trying to make that type of deal?
I have not heard the Jets in that mix yet. Doesn't mean they're not. Just have not heard it. You'd have to know for sure that Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders or whoever is the guy. You'd have to know for sure. It's a long way to go because let's say the Titans decide to do it, they're going all what's it 7, right?
Jets are 7, correct?
7, yeah. Go all the way back to 7. That means if you're the Titans, you're giving up not just any chance at a top quarterback, but also several premium players. That's a far back to go. So that would be part of the mix too. But, anyway, if the Jets are going to do it, they would have to be absolutely convicted about it.
Does Rodgers play football in 2025?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Is he signing during the free agent period, or is he someone that maybe waits for someone to get injured?
I don't think. To me, the sort of Ryan Tannehill model. I don't know that really works. Just doesn't.
We saw it with Flacco, but it just feels like that.
Yeah,
is not
Flacco
the norm.
was a backup though.
Yeah.
I mean, he eventually started, but he came in as a backup, signed for a nothing deal. If you're gonna sign Aaron Rodgers, it's gonna be on March 12th or something.
Your Mets, how we feeling? Juan Soto in the fold. We
I
got
mean,
some
I
injuries
would
to the
prefer,
rotation
yeah, I would
already.
say I would prefer that we didn't start the spring by having, two key injuries to two big parts of the rotation. But we dealt with this last year. I mean, I remember the first part of last year, everybody was telling me how disappointing the Mets were, and I'm like, I think they're going to be fine, and they were more than fine. That was an awesome ride.
You were confident when they were
Uh,
playing awful in April and May last year?
they got good players. Baseball's tough, man. Like you way more than football. Like you really got to hang with
Sure.
them.
Well,
Like
they started 0-5. I mean, it was
yeah, but even still, like that was somehow that actually wasn't even the worst part. It was like in like was it late May? I'm trying to remember when they were like down and out, and I'm like, this team is good. Like we're gonna be good. Um, this year will be. I'm very confident this year in this year, and you know Soto signing is nice too. I'm very selfish though. Like I like these signings because like I love to watch Lindor. Like it is a absolute joy to watch him play baseball. And now I have two of those guys, and that's pretty fun.
Did you grow? I know you obviously grew up a Met fan, but were you a Knicks fan as well? Were you Jets or Giants growing up? Like, give us the New York
Um,
fandom for you.
I would say baseball was more than anything. I was always a football fan. I like basketball a little bit, but I played a lot of baseball. I played football too, but um, just baseball was always like the one thing that I could turn on at any moment and watch. It was always the Mets.
I love it.
Hate the Yankees.
I'm a Yankee fan, but
Hate
I
the
appreciate you
Yankees.
stopping by. Do you regret doing this? I feel like we had a good time.
It was good.
Yeah.
Plus, I got a magnet.
You want a sticker as well? I mean, I have
No,
all the swag
we'll,
for you.
we'll stay at magnet.
All right. Question for you: what table were you looking for that you stumbled upon this?
I was looking for the Denver table. I don't know where it is. I gotta go find it.
Actually,
all right, goodbay.
Denver's right there.
They're all right.
You
there.
just
Oh, yeah.
went. You just
All
went
right,
off. I appreciate it, Ian. Thank you very much. Ian Rapoport, rap sheet. How about that, folks? That's the greatness of Radio Row right there.